Never honest, but I never lied before. When I tell you that I love you like I never loved before. Can you hold me like you always said you would? And I never want to leave here. Oh, just keep me in your arms.
So the first thing we're going to do here, we're going to group all the tracks and we're going to lower them because it's flipping on the master fader. It's flipping there, so we're going to lower everything until it stops flipping.
Never honest, but I never lied before. When I tell you that I love you like I never loved before. Can you hold me like you always said you would? And I never want to leave here. Oh, just keep me in your arms.
It says that we're over 9.5. We're going to lower this. I'm just going to start with 10. With option C, you can clear your clips. All right, let's play back.
Never honest, but I never lied before. When I tell you that I love you like I never loved before. Can you hold me like you always said you would? And I never want to leave here. Oh, just keep me in your arms.
Okay, so that's the first step we had to do, is just kind of get through that gain staging portion of it. So let's kind of go through the track now. We're gonna set it up. We haven't done anything. I just imported the session. So I feel like I forgot how to stream. Okay. Let me see where we at. Okay, so the track, luckily, all right, we fixed that. So let's see what else we got going on.
Never honest, but I never lied before. When I tell you that I love you like I never loved before. Can you hold me like you always said you would? And I never want to leave here. Oh, just keep me in your arms. never honest, but I know what you pay for. It's the same eyes, always turn out fine. You just don't care anymore.
Alright, so the first thing I like to do is get the tempo of the song. Key is F minor. That's nice to have. It looks like we're still clipping, so we're gonna lower the stuff a little bit more. F minor. The reason we're lowering it is because we want to have enough headroom.
Always right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me.
Okay, so I think we lowered it enough that we have headroom now. What's going on? That's great.
Always right there, you'll say sorry.
Okay, so let's kind of set up the track now. Now that we have the tempo, we have the gain staging. I'm going to do two things. Let's turn off this group we created so it doesn't interfere with anything. Let's see what else. Now we're gonna kind of set up the track here in the session. So I like to have the drums all the way in the top. So we're gonna start with kick. We have the snare. Here. Okay. Snares up here. Crash. Current. Oh, this has to
You'll say sorry.
be. Okay. So I think we have to actually redo some of this because within his stems he had the track for me to AB. So we're gonna listen to this once again. I think I lowered it too much now. I want to have a good balance because that way I know how interacting with the plugins.
Tell you that I love you like I never loved before. Can you hold me like you always said you would? And I never want to leave here. Oh, just keep me in your arms. I feel.
So I mean, we're still clipping. Alright, so we lowered it like a dB, 2 dB, 3 dBs probably.
Tell you that I.
And we should go to the section with maybe like a build.
Go on and say you'll test me. Oh, disdain for me to. Go on and say you'll test me.
We're still clipping. So we're just gonna go -9. Keep it there. So let's start going through the track and just kind of setting up the session, the hi-hat, toms. Luckily everything is labeled properly for the session, so it makes it a lot easier. Floor tom, mid tom. Okay, so let's do order. Floor, mid, low. Actually gotta hear. Okay, I got that one. This one. Okay, that's the floor. So let's hear this. Okay. Okay. So mid, low, floor tom. That makes sense. We're gonna take all these tracks. We're gonna color them. I bring the color palette out. These are going to be dark purple for me. Click. Yeah. Okay. Then the bass, we're gonna click and turn into green. All right. The drums did not color. Let's see. Okay. Great. Then we have the master too, right? Okay. The master's also okay. So he works from FL, and I just forget that there's like it prints the master plus it prints the current file. So we have double of the mix, which we don't really need. But it's throwing off my gain staging, so we have to go back. So let's go here, rhythm guitars, keep color coding everything. Yeah. Okay, then piano. Piano for me is like a nice little pink. Vocals, we're gonna go with the orange. Okay, so now let's revisit this for the sake of getting good gain staging. Because we had 2 full mixes on top of the stems, and that's not really what we're trying to Yeah, we're not getting the full actual. We're over compensating because the loudness was too much. Alright, currently working. Okay, so let's.
Always turn out fine, you just don't care anymore. What's the point of knowing everything you knew? Was it harder just to function? What's a simple life to?
Okay, so it's a huge difference. So we were like a negative, I don't want to say 8, in the volume. Now we're like a negative 4.6. Maybe we'll go down to 5. So we switched the whole gain staging of the track, and you can here on my master bus is where I'm gauging it. So
Always turn out fine, you just don't care anymore. Always turn out fine, you just don't care anymore. Always turn out fine, you just don't care anymore.
so that is like the loudest part of the song was that drum buildup. So we had to lower it a few more. So we're at 6.8. The actual gain staging, I think, is at a good place now. So let's go ahead and play the song from top to bottom. I'm gonna start adding markers so I know where everything's at. So bar 2, we're gonna start with the marker. That's gonna be intro.
Never honest, but I never lied before. When I tell you that I love you like I never loved before. Can you hold me like you always said you would? And I never want to leave here. Oh, just keep me in your arms. Never honest, but I never lied before. When I tell you that I love you like I never loved before. Can you hold me like you always said you would? And I never want to leave here. Oh, just keep me in your arms. I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you're safe for me to be. You want to be my lover. Go on and say you'll test me. Oh, disdain for me to see. You want to see. I know you feel bad taking always when you hold me closer. I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always falling off.
I don't have any
Try your hardest not to be so bored. Is it everything you loved before? Can you hold? Never honest, but I never lied before.
Alright, let's just kind of get into it. We'll figure out the sections as we go along.
Can you hold?
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn heat on because heat is one of my favorite things from Pro Tools. So we're turning this guy on, and my setting is one click to the left on both drive and tone. So I've been doing that like that for years, so I don't really quite change it. I kind of feel like it's like an outboard here. Yeah, man. Big fan of that. So we got that turned on, and I am going to import some settings. So the last time I mixed it was in this world with Field Trip. Talking to a new friend in on Twitch. Yeah, he is legit. He's awesome. You know, I ran into an issue last week where I couldn't use it. It was the first time I ever used it in, but the mix had like the stems had all this type of saturation them baked in. So when they came in, I had to take it off. And yeah, it was not my surprising because I love. All right, so we're gonna import these sessions. I'm not gonna import any files. So I'm turning that off. I don't want any of the automation from heat and volume or any of the stems because we're gonna fix that ourselves. Um, import there. That's snare reverb, the drum aux, my compression for drums A, bass. That's a parallel compression. Oh, you know, I use the J37 from Waves. That's like the first thing on my chain for my two-bus. There's a setting my buddy worked for Rich Costi for a while. This is the Rich Costi setting, but it's yeah, I use the Waves J37 is actually really good. I've never used the Arturia one, but I'm super set on that one. Yeah, I literally only bought it because Rich Costi. My buddy was like, "Oh, this is something we do," and I'm like, "Good." And I put it on, and I was like, "Yeah, sounds good." All right, so then we're gonna add some more tracks. My parallel compression for my vocals. Lock, compression, my master, stereo octopus. Okay, let's import all that. Uh, oh, you know, I've not tried the soft yet. Actually, yeah, I have Oxide. Which one? This is actually my favorite one right now. What is it? Where are we? Tape wise, hold on. It's from UA. It's like really, it does a lot. It's really cool. Um, the one that, where, hold on, let me just, stereo mix doc. Sorry, try to do two things at once. Here, let's see if we can find it. Sender, go to, this is actually like the wildest one recently. Probably the best one come out in the last few years. Yeah, they're all pretty good. Everybody has like a good one. Soft tube harmonics together. Yeah, that's awesome. I love soft stuff. But this is the one that I've had like the most results for like something where I really want to give it like analog warmth. Like you're like, oh hey, I want something to sound quite different. So I like that one. Oh no way, that makes a lot. Okay, I'm a big fan of the God Particle. God Particle is awesome. I use that on different types of tracks. Yeah, it's a good plugin. Yeah. Shootout's always nice to have. Can't hear.
Can you hold me like you always said you would? And I never want to leave here. Oh, just keep me in your arms. I feel it longer lasting.
All right, the mic's. How's the mic now? I just went up a little bit. Okay, mic is up. So for my stream on the other platforms, I use this guy, and the levels sometimes don't come out as great. Oh yeah. So Jason Joshua loves. I think it was Ozone. 4 or 5. I forget which one, but like there's like there's a lot of that comes out that he likes. All right, let's see. We have more volume. Yeah. Okay. Is that better? Okay, cool. All right, so let's get back to this. So I imported a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna start routing things, so we can get everything kind of working together. So I'm gonna take all the drum stuff and drag it to that, and start routing it. I use a lot of parallel compression. Why is this not? Okay, so we're gonna drag these all the way to the front. So where's the drums? Okay. Yeah, there you go. All right, so I'm gonna turn everything on. A lot of it was off. I have pre-programmed keys that I use. Awesome. So yeah, I've worked in music for 15 years professionally now. I've been mixing, mastering, engineer, and production. So oh yeah. Yeah, I've tried doing like the thing where you can send it to you use one to send it to everybody, but it doesn't work well on TikTok. The engagement isn't as good as having it just live with your phone. So I just use TikTok live with a phone, and the other platforms work with the plugins. Okay, so drums. Let me get all the drums here. We're gonna send them out into what is the master bus. So let's do that routing. Okay, let's install this. And the other thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to my master bus here, and I'm gonna disable everything. Yeah, you see, you got the J tape here. So the setting, if you want to like have something blow your mind, it's mastering, fat, tight, and open. Just put that on, and as long as you have a good level going into it, it gives it like, it just sounds pretty awesome. Let's search the full. No, thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. So, one of the chat questions we were talking on this side is that, so you're gonna see I'm going to route my drums even more, because I have a whole bunch of parallel compression going on for drums, and so let's listen to drums. So the drums are going to this aux here. Right now I have this plugin, but then you see here I have all these different compressors that are parallel compressors. And the only thing that I don't have it going to is a kick snare, which I route separately. So kick and snare crash. I like to send it all the way, and we're going to copy that over to the kick. And then the one thing I do is I start with everything down at 0. We're gonna look at the drum crush. We're gonna send that all the way. Drum dirt, devil lock, which is the Sound Toys devil lock, and then we just send everything out. And like, let's listen to this. And we're slowly gonna bring up the kick crush mic. Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. I don't stream daily. Not easy to stream daily just because of the workflow stuff. And a lot of work I can't stream live, so it has to be a particular artist that I can stream live. But definitely on here weekly now, with when we don't have crazy deadlines. All right, so for my drum, my kick and snare crush, I have the DBX 160. I want to hear more of it, so we're just gonna oversend. I want it to work. Yeah, there you go. And then let's take a look at the compressor I have on the group. So all the drums are going to this group here, and they have the Shadow Hills. But we're not getting any gain reduction, and I'm only using the discrete side of this Shadow Hills compressor. So, okay. Yeah, we got some going down here. Okay. Doing something, not too much. Drum all is kind of crazy though. So I have all of these going into sub-aux group. All the drums go into this one called drum all, and then they get routed into the music all. And I'm using the SSL G channel. The G channel, because I kind of routed like it was a console, and it's so I put a G compressor on all my octaves that are my subgroups, and I think I have this is like what was it's rumored to be the Dr. Dre settings, where like the attack is all the way slow and the release is really fast. I don't have a ton of reduction. And it goes into one of these with all the music, but we're gonna turn this all the way down. I'm still trying to control the gain structure because, especially using the J37 tape, it's important that I don't do too much. I'm not like clipping going into it because it doesn't sound great. And let's see. So alright, not too heavy. So we just kind of got that going there. I'm not gonna work too much until I figure out everything. I just wanted to kind of like get a compression. See, this is compressing way too much. If you can see my plugin here, I don't like to have 3 dBs of. So we're gonna lower it. That's 3 dBs of reduction. Okay, this time that was step 5. Alright, so let's kind of start working with the other tracks real quickly. So these bass, drum, lead, piano, those are all going to be routed to the bus called Musical. That's getting routed properly. And then I have a bass track. Yeah, see, it's like clipping going in there, so I don't want it to. All right. But let's first get the bass. So I have this is my bass parallel compressor. It's the Fatso Junior. So I just take the full bass signal and send it out. So yeah, for the first part of my mix, it's a lot of like setup and routing. I just want to have all of the tools that I'm used to. I want to have everything kind of set up. Again, I like to send all my sends all the way, and then I just bring it in because I want to hear the compression and I want to hear the pumping, and then I can kind of slide that in. So. Other thing that I do is I have so this is actually from Andrew Sheps that I picked it up from. He has a parallel compressor for all the instruments, not the drums, and he calls it the rear bus. And so I'll send my bass, my guitars, and piano to that one. So I'm going to select all of these, and we're going to add. Where's the rear bus? Just find the bus here. And then again, I send these all the way. I get them to unity gain. Then, so let's go here, rear bus in the mix. I'm going to lower it all the way down. Yeah. It has like just a lot of depth using that technique. And for my rear bus plugins, I only I have the UA black bluefish. AE, the 1176 AE. And then I have compression, I mean an EQ here, just kind of taking out some of like the muddiness. Alright, so we have that set up. Then the next thing we gotta do is the vocals. So let's see here. Oh, you know what's actually really great reverb for like that throwback sound? Is the Hitsville from UAD. I've really liked that reverb lately. It just has like a specific sound. So that, but yeah, Hitsville is really awesome. So I think that's probably what we're gonna start for the reverb for the vocals. But let's get that vocal routed into this aux. I like to call it my hook aux. So it's being fed into that. And then we're going to get all the assignments for that as well. Send it to, I have this Vox I call Pop Crush. And the Pop Crush is this one, the Culture Vulture. Super cool. Recently I've been adding a de-esser because I've been getting a lot of sharp stuff, like vocal sibilance and stuff that I want to control. So, but it's a really cool one. And then I do this vitalizer to kind of create like a spread of the vocal. It just gives it a little bit more depth and width. And send that all the way. And this is a vitalizer. Okay, let's lower that. You know what? We're gonna do this. We are gonna send these guys to the box all. If I can find it. Box all. Okay, cool.
Harder just to function. What's a simple life to you? Is it everything you thought it'd always be? How does something come from nothing? That's the part that tortures me.
That works really well. That adds a lot of character.
Harder just to function. What's
you can even hear it now without any of the bus processing.
Harder just to function. What's a simple life?
It just like automatically gives the vocal life. It puts it up more in front in the mix. It's a really awesome tool. And I think we have everything. Harder just to. Did I bring reverb? I don't think I used reverbs on that last track, so let me go ahead and add some reverbs. And as I mentioned, we're going to start with that Hitsville reverb because it's a great little reverb, especially for this type of sound. I don't think I need that one. So I'm going to create some auxes. Let's create, let's just keep it simple. Let's just use one reverb and one delay. Rear bus. Yes, the rear bus. It's amazing. It's my favorite. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna set these up. Let me see. Reverb. We're gonna do. I like to add a EQ, just a basic Pro Tools EQ. So I do the EQ 7. Then I have this saved as my effect to kind of remove any, because I don't want to hear any of like the low end stuff here or the top end stuff from the effect. It just kind of dirties and muddies up the mix. So let's add the reverb. And okay, so the reverb we're gonna go with its Hitsville. Cool. And also we have to send these to the group they belong in, which is the FX. So I have an aux for all the effects, and it's called FX all. So that's where we're gonna send that. And then delay wise, yeah, we gotta pick a delay. I'm trying to think what would be cool to use on this one. I'm just like a big fan of Space Echo. So I got this UAD plugin when UAD had the license for the Roland RE201. I think now they have like the Galaxy version. It's called Galaxy, but it's the same type of. It's emulating this. I have both, but this one's the one I like to use. And it's yeah, I think it's also great for this type of sound. All right, so
harder just to function. What's a simple?
we got that going. We got that cooking right now. Let's see.
Harder just to function. What's a simple life to you? Is it everything you thought it'd always be? How does something come?
All right, so we're gonna keep it pretty simple, and we're going to start with the first bus compressor, or not even compressor. The first bus plugin. This is the EQ, but it's a mid-side EQ, which I really like. And I'm gonna check one quick thing. I'm gonna play the music. I'm gonna mute my bus to make sure that everything's routed properly. So when I first started using like this internal system of routing, once in a while, like I would forget to send something. So I figured out that the best way for me to make sure that everything's being sent to the aux, the master aux, is to just play everything and mute the master aux. And if you hear nothing, we're good. All right. So let's go back to the first plugin on the 2-bus chain here. We're starting with Brainworks, and this one's the digital EQ V3, digital V3, and I use this stereo width to kind of give since it's a in the box mix, the stereo width kind of gives some depth to the mix. So I like using that, and then this one I have the mono maker around 80 hertz, so we make sure that the low end is nice and tight. One thing I didn't do in this track, and sometimes I do, is I like to turn up the. I like to turn this up a little bit higher depending on the track, or I do the bass mono. So, you know. Let me see. Hey. All right. So now that we're here, I want to check one thing. Hey, okay, cool. First plugin. Let's play it.
Closer, I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you.
So it is showing that in our master bus that it is clipping, but that's fine. I have to read this master. I have to assign it to the actual output we're using so we can measure what's going into that channel. Because sometimes you want to ride the 2-bus, what goes in and what goes out.
Closer, I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you.
Okay, so we are kind of flipping a touch. So I'm gonna see if I can group those. I usually already have a group for that. Okay. Let's do this. We're gonna grab the 4 groups. I gotta label this delay aux real quickly. And then I gotta make sure we do, let me see, reverb. We're going to use verb 1 as the input. And we're going to use delay 1 for the delay. Okay, so we got that going.
Closer, I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too.
Okay, so we're gonna grab these 4 subgroups that I have. That's gonna be my Dremel. music all, Vox all, effects all. So I group them, and this is gonna be my, we'll call this the VCA sub. And then I have this track, a VCA track here already created next to it, and I'm gonna assign the group, and then I'm just gonna lower it like 2 dB. Because once I start adding a lot of the saturation plugins and the and like I have the J tape, this the J37 tape, all that stuff really does affect how much is like how high the input into that plugin will determine the sonics of it.
Closer, I don't need it.
Alright, so let's turn this guy on.
Closer, I don't need it. Truly, you weren't always right there. You'll say sorry, I'll wait for you.
Okay, so again, this earlier I was mentioning that the setting that I use for this J37 is the mastering fat, tight, and open stereo. So it's just and then I always take out the noise because I just don't like noise from plugins. I think noise from plugins is like, it should never be a default. It should always be off. But so we have that added. Let's see.
Closer, I don't need it. Truly, you weren't always right there. You'll say sorry, I'll wait for.
Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is add the first compressor. For a track like this, I like to use the Neve. This is what is this one? The 33609C.
Closer, I don't need it. Truly, you weren't always right.
So we're not doing too much compression right now, so we're gonna lower the threshold.
Closer, I don't need it. Truly, you weren't always right there. You'll say sorry.
I'm also noticing that we're over compressing the vocals, so let's go back.
Closer, I don't need it. Truly, you weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love.
One of the things I'm also doing here is that with this plugin, it has this option where I can make it mono. So the left and the right are being triggered independently. So it kind of helps you with the stereo width again. So because it's not doing this, it's doing this. Because like you just heard the ride when the toms come in, like, and that's pan to the right or the left. Like it's gonna trigger it differently, and it just kind of helps.
Closer, I don't need it.
Okay, the next plugin we're adding is the Poltech from UAD. This is the latest version. There's like a legacy version too. So let's add this one.
Closer, I don't need it. Truly, you weren't always.
So we're adding a little bit of 100, and we're getting like a dB and a half, and that really does work for adding a bit of body to it, and like it makes the low end a little bit, just like it adds some weight to it. But this one, I want to actually add some. I'm gonna boost the top end, so we're gonna go to 10K, and we're gonna start with like 2 dB and see how that sounds.
Closer, I don't need it. Truly, you weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you.
It's just something we're not gonna go crazy because I don't want to. With this whole setup, I do a little bit per plugin. I don't go too wild. And again, so we're adding this next plugin, which is another EQ, and this is Massenburg Design Works. And here we're lifting the top end from 16K and above, and we do about 3.3. So we're gonna hear it now.
Closer, I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and add the next plugin, which is my Pro MB. And this again, we're just kind of lifting the top end. So we have like a dB from the 4.2K, and then we do like a high shelf over around 15.8K, and everything's going up just like a dB.
Closer, I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you.
So again, the purpose of that is to just get some top end. And what happens for me is that I like to add different chains. I don't do too much with one EQ, but having multiple different EQs, it kind of brings up the mid range and the clarity of a mix without making it harsh. And since we're all in the box, this methodology just kind of helps. You do it in steps, and you get the overall to work, but you're not making one plugin like sound too compressed, too saturated, any of that stuff. So
Closer, I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say so.
and right now I just lowered the Pro MB, the multiband, by
Closer.
a dB because we were clipping. I want to make sure we're still conscious of our gain stage structure. And let's see where we. Okay, let's see. Let's see this.
Closer, I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for you.
All right, so the next plugin we're gonna add is this Brainworks. It's called the XL, and this is the V3 version. It's a limiter, but it has oh, it's by native instruments. That's funny. It's like the update on the plugin by native instruments. All right. Okay. So this one I only had the mid. Okay, interesting. So I'm gonna turn on the mid, the side, and the mid low and the mid high. And what I like to use is this XL saturation function from the plugin. And I don't do it too much. So you can see it's only a 15. When you turn this plugin on, automatically the TP, which is a true peak limiter, goes on. I turn that off because I'm gonna use that from the next limiter for my final limiter in the mix. So I don't want to do true peak on two plugins. I do it on just on my last limiter. Because also in this session, as I'm mixing and mastering it, and I get it to the levels it needs to be, and I make all the adjustments in this session. Whenever I do like in the box stuff, if I'm gonna be the mixing and mastering engineer, I just kind of try to take care of it all here. And yeah, so we have 15%. And then the other thing to note is this crossover. I have it at 160, 196. So that's where like the crossover and the low mid stuff is between this mid low and the mid high. It just gives my low end a little bit more definition. So let's go ahead and bypass it and let's hear it.
Closer, I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love.
just kind of lower. Like now that we're adding more and more stuff, I can hear the vocals are a little bit too hot, so I'm just lowering the vocals. Before we get to our two final plugins. So.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there.
So I think I want to do two things to the vocal. Let's just add this Mog EQ. I like to start here with the vocals.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to.
So the problem that I'm hearing with his vocal right now is that it's there's like some muddiness to it. It's like a proximity thing. He uses the SM7, and that's just kind of the SM7. But it works in a great way. You just have to kind of like dial that in a little touch. These aren't working for me. So let's just go to default. Is there a default? Yeah. Okay. So let's add some. Let's just kind of play with it.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too.
That's cool, but let's try this. Also, I don't know. It's just not working. Try tilt. I like tilt too. So this is really cool. This plugin's awesome because it's just like the low and the high are connected. It starts at like 200 hertz, which is kind of like around the muddiness of some stuff. So we're gonna lower some of that, and then 1K pushes it. That's where we're gonna go up. So let's just go like 2 clicks.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love.
So I'm just trying to control those like mids and his vocals. They're kind of going crazy in that part. So we're trying Pro Q4, and we're using the spectral section on it.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too
wasn't working. So let's just try like a, let's try another plugin. Let's try. I've been digging the SSL from UAD lately, so let's play this.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love.
Yeah, let me see if we can lower.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate.
So let's see. We're adding some dynamic. Adding dynamics, so we're trying to compress it. So let's kind of see if we can get it to work.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love. Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love.
Okay, so the ratio is 3:1. I'm doing about it's looking like 60 B on and off 3 to 60 V of compression. I want to kind of compress it because we're taking out some of the mid lows that are kind of bothering me. So compressing it kind of brings the vocal together, and then we're kind of EQing after. But maybe we can do the EQ before.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate.
Nah, I don't like it before. All right, let's go back to the
Right there,
master bus. We left here.
right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for.
Okay, so we have ozone 11 on this one, but we upgraded to ozone 12, so we're going to start with ozone 12. You just want to use the latest and greatest. So let's add the modules I'd like to have. We're going to do EQ equalizer 1. We're going to, what's the other one? Let's see. We have modern tools. Maximizer, do that. Or actually, we can do it. I haven't done Exciter in a long time, actually. The space control, I think, is a new thing, and so is a low-end focus. Spectral shaper. Oh, that's what he uses. Okay. I gotta do more research on that spectral shaper. I don't use it much. Maybe we'll use it on this one. Stabilizer. And do dynamic EQ. And the maximizer. Maximizer has to. We'll start with modern. So I haven't used this 5 yet. This is the new one. I like the IRC4 modern and transient are my jams. The reason for that is because they have the transient working. It lets transients kind of come through without a problem. So that's a big plus. So I like that a lot. But let's see what else there's one plugin else that I like to use. It's not Exciter, it's just like Impact, yeah. Yeah, so we'll do Impact. I think Imager second. And oh, Clarity too. Clarity. Where is it? Clarity we'll put after Impact. Alright, so let's play.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love.
So one of the things I really like to do is I like to add on 30 hertz. I always start with like a dB to kind of like it gives it like this really warmth. When if you have it in your low end controlled really well, it helps with your performance.
Right there, you'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always fall in love.
So we're putting in some delta mode to see what we're actually working with. So yeah, we're adding that. This is the imager. This is kind of it gives you helps you kind of add width and depth. I mean width into the sides. So we don't ever go. We're gonna go like maybe 30%, and like let's start adding some stuff. I set some markers here around like where I want to hear things, and then we can kind of adjust it as well. So let's bring these in here. It's kind of low. You can't hear it on this, but like it's really cool because we're listening to like what it's doing. And it's showing us what we're giving life to here. So I think these ranges is where it's doing the most. I don't want to do too much of the low end, so we're gonna bring it over here. So this is just the size that we're working with, and this is what we're gonna bring back into the mix. So we're not even doing too much because I'm hearing a lot of it now, but we're using it in like a parallel mode where we're gonna bring it in.
Try your hardest not to be so bored. Have a taste.
So this is what we're adding from this plugin.
You say that you ask what you pay for.
That was really cool. So let's look at this impact thing. Impact, it's like, I don't understand it as much. There's some plugins that you kind of understand what they do. Other plugins you're still trying to figure out. This is one of those.
I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you'll say for me to be. You want to be my lover. Go on and say you'll test me. Oh, disdain for me.
Again, we're working with Delta mode just to hear what's going on. Okay. So Delta mode is like really awesome because it just lets you hear what the plugin and what you're actually working on is doing, and this is kind of the best way to kind of go about figuring out what the plugin is is doing to your sound. Because sometimes you just put the plugin and you start moving things and you don't know what's going on. It could be an EQ, it could be like a harmonic thing, but this way we actually know what is happening. Okay, so we have this right here, the envelope. We'll keep the envelope at 16. Let's keep it at 8. Oh, nice.
Taste once you can be too sure. You say that you ask what you pay for.
So far with the 3 modules on Ozone 12, we've added some top end, mid range, and then the imager we kind of added the sides, and impact we kind of brought in some of like the mid range, but it does it in a smooth way, so we're not adding too much. And again, a lot of this outside of the EQ, the imager and the impact, we're only doing like 25 to 30% mix into it, so it works like a parallel situation.
I feel it longer lasting.
And clarity is like, I think, a saturation thing that you can just kind of just add stuff to. Again, we're listening to it in Delta. We're kind of just seeing what it's doing. All right. So right now with the tilt, we're deciding if we're gonna add some of this or remove some of this. I like to work around 25% with most of these plugins. Yeah, let's see if this works. And sometimes subtracting is a good way to add into your actual track. So the reason I say that is because if you take something away, it makes room for other things. And I think we're taking away some of the frequencies in the vocal with clarity that I don't really like, and it's opening up more of like the guitars to come through and like some of the other vocal frequencies to shine. So it's really cool.
I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you'll say for me to be.
And the cool thing is like I was really unhappy with some of like the muddiness from the vocal. It felt boxy, and this has been helping kind of get rid of it, but we have to lower the vocal now.
I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you'll say for me to be.
All right, stabilizer is kind of like to me, if it's kind of like a overall like kind of multi-band thing that's doing a few things of like increasing different frequencies, and we're gonna shape it to kind of fit this track. So we have the shape and the cut. Shape is kind of adding stuff. Cut is removing things. And this is a rock track, so let's what do they have rock, indie rock? So indie rock. And let's play it.
I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you'll say for me too.
Okay, so it's adding a lot of low end, which I don't really care to add. Yeah, okay, it's taking away some of the stuff I don't like. Let's see shape. Man. Let's try shape. So I just unclicked tame transients. I'm kind of curious to see what it does with the low end, because I'm hearing a lot of like the push of the bass that I like with the lower mid range. So let's see what it does.
You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the dynamic EQ. And the dynamic EQ, we're trying to find like at least a few frequencies that are kind of bad, and so we don't want them to bother the mix. Kind of like just kind of add clarity to it. This one's not bothering me too much. Oh, okay. Huh. I don't like this frequency. So we're gonna put the Q to 4, and we're gonna drop like 2. All right, let's try 3.
Did everything you thought it'll.
You're just automatically gonna know what you don't like, and when you find a frequency you don't like, let's just duck it. And this is what I do with the dynamic EQ. Dynamic EQ is at this stage is to really just remove stuff I don't like, so we can make room for everything else. Because we're pushing it too, because we're limiting, we're getting higher in the loudness, and we can't have it be too much. So so the thing is, like, so here's the thing. We have so much, like, as they would say, voltage going into that we can push, and if we push too much of the bad voltage, we're gonna be setting like the limiters off, and then we're gonna lower the mix. So the better frequencies and everything we can push up. So like if we sculpt out a lot of stuff that we don't like, and then we start limiting more, we're gonna bring up the whole mix in a cleaner way, and allow us for it to sound more natural, dynamic, without it being forced. Because if you have a lot of bad frequencies, when we start limiting, you start bringing those out too. So it's a whole just like, sculpting. You add here, you subtract here, and we make room.
I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you'll say for me to be. You want to be my lover.
So my Q on this and on all these dynamic bands is at 4. I've kind of stuck to that because that's what the SSL consoles kind of traditionally have done. So I've kept to that and it works. So I like it. But let's find some other frequencies. This one doesn't sound great. Okay, this one. And again, right now I'm like really finding a lot of vocal frequencies that are popping out that I don't like.
What's the point of knowing everything you knew? Was it harder?
Right here we're doing the attack of the snare that I'm not too fond of. Like a shelf on the top end around 14K just to control some of that, and let's move on to the maximizer.
I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you'll say for me to be. You want to be my lover. Go on.
So I'm gonna bring in one of the songs that I recently mixed that I thought was a really good level. And load. What is it? Yeah, left for you. Bounce. What, the final bounce? Okay. Okay, so we're getting a good amount of makeup gain here. We're just at like 1.8. We're gonna do some upward compression.
I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you'll say for me to be. You want to be my lover. Go on and say you'll test me. I know
So it sounded pretty good. I like it. But we're gonna add our last limiter, and this is the true peak. It's a BX Brainworks true peak limiter. So with this guy, oh, I think I have to update this one because it doesn't say by native instruments. I've been doing a lot of updates recently, so I gotta make sure I stay up to date. All right, so this one of the things that I do is I find the tempo of the song, and then we kind of go to this delay. So we kind of put in the release according to the tempo of the song. So that kind of works in unison. What is this? Neck Fever. Boom. And then delay reverb calculator. Let's put 100 in this guy, or 130. Tempo of the song. We're at calculate, buddy. There we go. We're gonna do it eighth, so 230. So we're gonna come here, get our limiter back on, 230. Another release. One thing I also do is I turn off the XL function here, because XL I use on the other module. I don't like to do too many of the things in one module, like one plugin, like saturation, limiting, true peak. If I can spread it out, I will, and that's what we've done here. So that one's off. One of my favorite features is this foundation, because sometimes I get my low end is really just like, it needs to be loud, right? If you're doing like some hip hop, R&B, some dance records, like your low end just has to be like smashed to like make you feel it, and just because of how the 808s and kicks are. But when you're getting into the metering portion of it, you kind of like, you can't have it. You're fighting for dBs, right? You're fighting for room so you can get it as loud as you need to. So it goes into streaming, and it doesn't get normalized, and like it doesn't stay competitive. So the cool thing about the foundation is like it does like this tilt with the low end. Like I'll do like 1 or 2 clicks, and it gives me just enough room where like it doesn't change the shape. It changes like, it doesn't change the characteristic of the mix quite much, but it's just kind of doing one of like, so here's a mix that does this, but when it's doing that, and as it gets limited and everything, it just creates that much more headroom. It's slight, but it works. And when you're getting as loud as I have to get for mastering purposes, you need that headroom. So anywho, let's bypass this. I don't think I need 2 gain. Let's start 0 gain, and let's start going up.
I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you're safe for me to be. You want to be my lover. Go on and say you'll test me. Oh, disdain for me to see. You want to see. I know you feel bad taking always when you hold me closer. I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. I'll wait for your heart to conversate with me too slowly. I just know you always pulling on.
All right, we're in good shape here.
I feel it. I feel.
I think we can add a little reverb to the vocal. Let's go.
I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you're safe for me to be. You want to be my lover. Go on and say you'll test me. Oh, disdain for me to see. You want to see. I know you feel bad taking
replace with the with that. Let's look at the drums a little bit more now. I'm gonna group all the drums. And then I have a VCA group here, which I'm gonna connect to that. So with the VCA, you just solo the VCA, and it solos all the tracks on that group. Okay. All right, with the toms, I think we can get a little bit more like depth to them. So we're going to add the Pultec stereo. And we're gonna give some boost in the 100K. We're also gonna widen the band, and then we're going to go to about 3K and add a boost there as well. Let's find a section where the drums are kind of going, those toms are going. So let's see. All right, let's go back to soloing the drums. Yeah, no, it definitely added some life. So we needed that low in boost with the 100 on. I put it on the 3 toms. So we have the mid, low tom, and floor tom. And I feel like we can compress this a little bit too. Let's see, where are we at? Compression. Feels like just an 1176 would work. Just because I want some attack out of the drums. Let's go with the press. Yeah, let's go CLA. So what I'm doing is like I want a fast attack, so we're getting the transient, but then we're kind of holding it because I want to extend that hit from like the toms. Panning on the drums. Okay. getting just more punch out of everything. I had to change that the mid tom because the low wasn't really doing too much. And it was kind of dirtying up the low, especially because of the fast. I think it's doing like 16th or 8th notes hits. So the low end was just kind of hanging too low. But I changed also the attack of the mid range. It's more into like the 5K now because I just wasn't getting the attack that I wanted from the 3K, and it just felt better. So now let's go look at a drum part where we have everything in. So now let's kind of add in these other drum crush mics to see if any of these add to the track of to the drums. So this Pug Child one seems to be adding some life. So let's keep this one in. Okay, so I kind of like where we're at with that. Let's add the bass. So that note is not nice. That note is kind of, it's loose and it's kind of all over the place. So let's add a fat filter EQ, dynamic EQ to that one. the drum. I mean, the bass sounds good. Let me just maybe tuck it a touch. We'll do like a little low.
Try your hardest not to be so bored. Have a taste once, you can be too sure. You say that you ask what you pay for. It's the same eyes, always turn out fine. You just don't care anymore. What's the point of knowing everything you knew? Was it harder just to function? What's a simple life to you? Is it everything you thought it'd always be? How does something come from nothing? That's the part that tortures me. I feel it longer lasting. Oh, you'll say for me to be. You want to be my lover. Go on and say you'll test me. Oh, disdain for me to see. You want to see. I know you'll feel bad taking always when you hold me closer. I don't mean it truly. You weren't always right there. You'll say sorry. Oh.
Okay, so I added a compressor to the bass, and I'm doing a 3-to-1 ratio attack. I kind of push back on the attack. I want the first transient to kind of break through, and then just kind of put it, like then start grabbing it. But I also put a faster release because I don't want it to take away from the. It gets muddied if he's doing like that fast picking stuff. You want it just to kind of come through, but I just wanted to control it some because some of the transients were peaking. So we're doing like a dB and a half of reduction. And the kick, I feel like I can get more attack. So we're gonna add this transient designer, and we're just gonna add more attack.
Hardest not to be so bored. Have a taste once, you can be too sure. You say that you ask what you pay for.
Then we're adding this MV2 from Waves, and we're just kind of, yeah, just gonna add some of the low end here.
You can be too sure. You say that you ask what you pay for. It's the same eyes, always turn out fine. You just don't care anymore. What's the point of knowing everything you knew?
So I'm kind of into these solid state, the SSL stuff. This is, I guess, the 4000E. I've been doing the J from Brainworks, but I used this on some drums recently, and I've been really digging it. So I do want to check one thing though. My meter. Okay, cool. So here is my I have a UAD satellite, and the UAD satellite will get maxed out. So I just have to, from time to time, I gotta check to make sure we're not maxing it out, because then we start seeing some performance issues. But we're still good. Probably gonna add this to both the guitars. So let's kind of work from here.
Try your hardest not to be so bored. Have a taste once you can be too sure. You say that you ask what you pay for. It's the same eyes, always turn out fun. You just don't care anymore. Try your hardest. Try your hardest.
So one thing that I'm, even before I do an EQ, the guitar is so centered. So I need to spread it a little bit. So we're going to. Try your hardest. Okay, so this is spreading it from the center a little bit to the right. Imaging plugins like this, imagers, or stuff that messes with this could cause a lot of phasing, so you got to be careful. So obviously we're gonna make sure at the end that everything's cool, but like I just had to break it from the center. It's too much buildup in the center for me.
Try your hardest not to be so bored. Have a taste once you can be too sure. You say that you ask what you pay for. It's the same eyes, always turn out fun. You just don't care anymore. What's the point of knowing everything you knew? Was it harder just to function? What's a simple life to you? Is it?
Okay, so I did this pre-dynamic, so I'm doing the EQ before it hits the compressor. Before that, it was doing the EQ after the compressor, and it just feels more contained but brighter. So I'm gonna keep it there. right, this piano needs some love. We're gonna throw it into the reverb. Let's see. Where's oh, that's right. We're on to verb one. And then the delay, we haven't even set it up yet, so let's pull up the delay. Let's see. This is gonna be wet solo. Let's actually send it out to delay 1. So it's this way we have context of what we're doing. Trying to find the right reverb setting. So okay, so the head 2 on the setting is giving me the most kind of like delay sound that I like. So we're gonna get here. We're just gonna get the right rate we want. I think it's a dotted eighth. If I can find it. Oh, okay. Okay, so now we have the delay we want. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna lower the input into the delay channel, the delay aux. And it's kind of crazy because if I take the delay and the reverb off, piano just isn't as nice. Let's try the API. That's 2500. Let's go with it. The compressor. Let's just compress it a touch. toss it all the way to the right side for the lead, because the lead's on the left side. Or actually, we don't have to go all the way. Let's just kind of get here.
Is it everything?
And the reverb I'm using is this Hitsville. This is just like the default setting. It's super cool. This is one of my favorite reverbs that's come out recently. It just has like a sonic footprint, and I really like to use it, especially for this is like a doo-wop sound, and Motown's known for that sound, so it works. It's just a match made in heaven. So I wanted to add a little snare of ambience just to kind of, the snare felt a little too dry, but I don't want it to sound like a snare in a crazy reverb space. I just wanted to have a little life. Alright, let's put it in the drums though so we can hear how it sounds with all the drums.
What's the point of knowing everything you knew?
right, so I'm really happy where we're at with this mix. I think we have a lot of good stuff. Where it's also my dude, Gabe, who's ex Tel Aviv. He really knows the sound. He's been doing it for a while, and like his setup, his guitar tones, his vocal recordings, like he's really just he's got it set up to where it needs to be for him. And that's the cool thing about artists that kind of do their own producing and engineering, like him. And like they've done it for a minute, and like they just really find their sound. Like his drums sound great, his bass sounds right in the pocket where it needs to be. He has like it's already kind of there when he sent it to me. So to me, it's just about adding a little bit of life, a little depth, a little width, nothing insane, and just kind of getting the song to really glue and shine together. So let's just kind of play from top to bottom and see where we go.
Never honest, but I never lied before. When I tell you that I love you like I never loved before. Can you hold me like you always said you would? And I never want to leave here. Oh, just keep me in your arms. I feel it longer lasting
flats, I added RC20 just to kind of break it up a little bit, give it a little saturation. I think this is really cool because it just kind of, when you're doing it, like it just kind of shaves some of the transient off, but keeps it still up in that range. So I obviously took down that noise because that noise is pretty intense with the RC20, and it just, the stock thing that comes up is a vinyl one, and I just lowered the noise because I like the distortion that it gets, and the wobble kind of breaks it up so it's not like this, it's kind of like this. It's like the slightest thing, but like it makes a huge difference. And we were just, what else did we do? I also added a compressor for the snare to kind of keep it more in the pocket.
Always turn out fine. You just don't care anymore. What's the point of knowing everything you knew? Was it harder just to function? What's
with the mix, and I'm gonna come back to it in a few days or tomorrow just to kind of see where it's at. But yeah, I'll be back next week with a new mix so we can work on that together. Just be sure to subscribe on the platform you're watching on. So I'm all over the social media space with the same, just my name. You can find me. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out. I'm always down to help and take a listen. All right, guys. We are signing off for today.